Hi everyone. I wanted to just do this recording to tell you about how I use or how I do smoothie workshops. I've been doing them for about I guess 10 months now, and Bob asked me to do this recording to just give you a better idea about what I do when I do smoothie workshops. So hope this comes through okay. So what I do, first of all, just to backtrack, the most important thing about a smoothie workshop is that it's a way to interact and get a group of ladies together, preferably. I mean, I guess guys can come too, but I find it's mainly women that want to do it. And they make 7 meals to take home with them. And how I use that terminology when I invite them is you're going to get 7 quick, healthy meals, and you're going to take those home and put them in your freezer in the baggies that are provided. The recipe's attached to the baggie, and you just pull it out, add it to your blender, add your liquid of choice when you're ready to have it, and you've got a quick meal ready to go. So a lot of people are living very fast-paced, busy lifestyles, and they don't have time to cook properly. They have good intentions, but they're just not able to get the nutrients that they require from their food a lot of times. So that's what works great about the smoothie workshops. It's for busy people that may not make smoothies or may make smoothies but just don't have time to do them every day. So preferably I like to do them at other people's homes, and tell them to minimum 5 people come, and then their smoothie workshop is free. And it's $25 per person, and they take home 7 meals. So if you're a hostess and you have minimum 5 people, you get your smoothie workshop, meaning your 7 meals, for free. And the hostess doesn't have to do anything other than just invite the guests. So that's how that works. I also do them at yoga studios. I've done quite a few of them also at any type of a fitness place, somewhere where it's aligned to do that. I've taught them at my local district office and the local high school. Instead of cooking classes, it's a smoothie workshop. So that's an option as well. Get in touch with your local community organization, Chamber of Commerce, things like that. And sometimes they'll be interested in offering those kind of events at places of businesses or public locations where courses and things are taught anyways. What I do at the smoothie workshop, or actually before you even get there, is obviously all the ingredients I provide, and the Life Shake smoothie mix goes in the freezer bags. So the freezer bags have the recipe for the smoothie stapled on them. So 7 freezer bags, 7 different recipes, and I provide the fruits, the veggies, the berries, and then of course the Life Shake smoothie mix that they put in them. So what a workshop looks like is it's basically an assembly of 8 to 10 people. I find actually preferably about 6 is a really perfect number, 6 to 8. 10 is the max that I do. If you do 10, then you typically need 2 tables with 2 sets of ingredients and 2 sets of measuring spoons and cups and things like that. So at the smoothie workshop, you're not actually making smoothies at that time, although I typically make one for the guests to taste, but they're not making their smoothies there. They are just assembling them in freezer baggies and doing them up, putting them in a Ziploc bag. I ask the guests to bring a mini cooler of some sort to put their smoothies in to take home. So I provide them with 1 recipe sheet that's got all 7 recipes on it, and then there's 7 freezer baggies with the recipe on it, and then of course all the ingredients are there, and everybody just takes turns scooping out their ingredients, and usually a lot of them will partner up, and one will hold the bag while the other puts the ingredients in, and then vice versa. So we get a lot of camaraderie going on with a little bit of teamwork and help. And then throughout this process, it gives me a chance to talk to them about their health and their lifestyle and some of their choices that they've been making. And, oh, do you like smoothies? Great. And, do you make them? And have you ever heard of Shaklee before? And here's this is what's in the Life Shake. And I read off the ingredients. And I also talk about what they would have to eat in comparison to the equivalent to the amount of protein that they get in the Life Shake. So, and also when I first initially start my smoothie workshop, if I'm doing it at someone's home or a yoga studio or other location, I typically start off with an introduction to the Shaklee difference and just a bit about, all the milestones that Shaklee's accomplished over the years, and Dr. Shaklee's vision and philosophy, the clinical studies, the Shaklee difference. basically. So that's kind of how I introduce things. And then, of course, I talk about my own personal story and how I've been involved in Shaklee and why I do smoothie workshops. I'm very passionate about helping people have healthier lifestyles and to experience the benefit of having smoothies on a daily basis with the Life Shake, because I know it's made a huge difference for myself. So I'm really passionate about sharing that with others. So I talk a little about that. So my why, my story, and then we jump into making the smoothies. And of course, they can ask questions throughout the time. After the smoothies are made and everybody's put them away, sometimes I've been doing kind of a fun thing. I just started last week. I did a smoothie workshop in my home for the first time. But preferably it's better to do it at somebody else's place, so it's them inviting their guests and you don't have to invite your own. But I did it in my home, and it worked well. I had 4 guests come. And what I did when the smoothies were made is I started making it really fun and saying, okay, so everyone's going to get a chance to make a smoothie for everybody else. So only one person at a time. The rest had to leave the room, and they had all the leftover ingredients on the table to choose from to just concoct whatever they wanted to in a smoothie. So the rest of us had to leave the room. We couldn't see what was being made. And then we came back, and then that person would give us all a taste of the smoothie that they made, and then we would all try to guess what those ingredients were. And that made it really fun, and they could add the Life Shake smoothie mix to it if they wanted to, and adding fruits and vegetables, berries, things like that. And then at the end, after everybody had a chance to make their smoothie for everyone, we voted on which we thought was the best smoothie. And then that person gets crowned the smoothie queen, and I had a little prize for that person. And what I gave for a prize was just like a protein bar and a gift certificate. But I mean, you could give an energy tea and just something little. I wanted to give a gift certificate because I want there to be some reason to follow up with them, and also for them to think about that what they wanted to order, because that gift certificate was something that they could redeem through me to get some products down the road. So that's it. And then closing, it's basically taking orders for anybody that wants to get extra cans of Life Shake to take home, or if they want to try some of the vitamins, because I did touch a little bit on, the Life Shake is great, but we also need to have some vitamins. So I have Vitalizer Strip and the Life Strip out and explain the difference between them, why you would need to take those on a daily basis, how I felt it's worked for me over the years. And then I just also brought up Get Clean really quick, only because Earth Day is coming up soon, and I had a Get Clean starter kit on display. And one lady chose that's what she was going to buy, was a Get Clean starter kit. So, and it really helped because the one other guest that was there had just purchased a Get Clean starter kit last week. And so she was sharing about how it's worked for her. And so that was kind of off topic, and I typically don't talk about Get Clean in the Smoothie Workshop, but just because of the time of year being spring. So I hope that's helpful. If anyone has any questions, they could email me or message me, and I'd be happy to answer them. But that's typically how I do smoothie workshops. I've been finding them as a good source of getting more connections with people, and it's also just the process of inviting people to come to a smoothie workshop opens up a conversation with someone that I may not have had before. And I had lots that weren't able to come to my workshop this week, but they were really excited to come to one at a later date. So I think I'm just going to start doing them once a month in my home, because there was lots that said, oh, tell me when you're doing another one. I think this is a great idea. I've got such and such a person I'd like to bring. So my goal is to now get those people booking one at their home. If I get enough coming to mine, and then they share with their families and friends, and I can just keep on doing smoothie workshops, and at least, minimum 1 or 2 a month. They are time consuming because you have to get all your ingredients prepared ahead of time. But I do think it's a nice sort of soft sell, and you can talk about the business a little bit as well, that this is an opportunity for you to expand and grow to the people that you know, and get your products for free. So that will be the new focus that I have. So I hope this was helpful.